Hi, this is Mike Armstrong, your state representative out of the 12th Legislative District, out on the House floor in Olympia. Session is well underway. In fact, there's about a month left to go. And I'll tell you, it's nice to have one budget off the docket of things to do. We passed last week the $9 billion transportation budget, a budget that I helped write. It was nice to be invited in by the chair of the Transportation Committee as the ranking member on the Transportation Committee to help write that budget. That budget oversees the State Patrol, the Department of Transportation, the ferries, Department of Licensing, and a few other small agencies. So now that that budget's done, we can look forward to seeing some projects that were scheduled to be started in the Wenatchee Valley or the 12th Legislative District and get those projects finished up. One of those is the George Seller Bridge. Work will continue on that on both ends of the bridge, both interchanges, as well as getting an extra lane across the bridge. Eastmont Extension is another one. That extension will tie into the Odebashan Bridge at the north end of East Wenatchee, and that'll be a great project to have done. A couple other bridges are being replaced up the Tumwater Canyon. At the top of the Tumwater Canyon, the old steel structure bridge that used to be a railroad bridge is being replaced, as well as the next one up the highway, which is the Chewacum Creek Bridge. That one's also slated to be replaced under this budget. The budget now goes to the Senate. The Senate makes some changes, adds their language, and we'll see what the final version looks like. We'll now be concentrating on the operating budget as well as the capital budget. Capital budget's pretty important this year. We have a few school districts, like Eastmont, for example, that passed a bond relying on some matching funds from the state. In fact, Eastmont's relies on about $44 million in matching bonds. So we want to make sure, number one, that they have a capital budget this year, number two, that Eastmont's included, as well as other school districts around the 12th Legislative District that have passed bonds expecting matching funds. But the big budget's the operating budget. That budget is the one that could keep us here for a long time if we're not careful. The operating budget is going down, down, down all the time. It's less than what they wanted it to be, but it's still more than it has been in the past. As I've said all along, the state of Washington does not have a revenue problem. Our revenues continue to increase. We have a spending problem. So that's what I'll be focusing my time the rest of this session on, is getting spending under control. If there's anything I can do for you, feel free to call me or contact me in any way. I'm your state representative. This is Mike Armstrong from the 12th Legislative District.